I really think American poetry is at this moment of expanding. It's touching all different fields that it never touched before. That's the great thing about poets. They take what's in our society and they break it open and make you look at it. It's one of my students right here, Mr. Pittman. How you doing? All right. Think about the hook like you would think about a song, right? How it draws your attention in. That first sentence of your paper, right? The hook, that's what it does. My father loved my mama quiet. She never was. Sang as she dusted. Whitney was her backup singer. He disappeared, stumbled in, bright blue still in his mouth. I come from a family of men who thought saying I love you was something you saved for sleep or the dead, and tears could get your ass whooped. My mom's mother is Gullah Geechee. She's from South Carolina, Sea Island area. So the Gullah Geechee, there's a lot of influence in storytelling and superstition and just the way of life. And the stories have just always been good. My mom's a great storyteller. Before I used to go to bed, my mom would tell me the scariest story in the world. She was like, you know, if you lie to me, the devil's gonna put you in a box beside the river. Now I think about like, why would you tell someone this story? But like, it made me listen, you know, it made me not lie to her. So my mom has, that superstition is all in her. And of course she passed it down to me and I've passed it down into the work. You don't really get to decide with a poem. It's what comes to you, you know what I mean? Like a certain image is sparking emotion. We turned the woods behind my house into a playground. The men that slept there as keepers, their matted blankets, new ground. Our day was measured in how far away from home we could get. Our mothers took care of our tongues. When we only wanted for sugar, pixie sticks and caramel pieces, death never stopped warning. Licked our collarbones like they were covered in powdered sugar. Death was never a child, always had to think of others first. Before we knew what our bodies were worth, we made wounds the way the sky made blue. The first time I saw a rabbit eat its young, I thank God for my mother. Some people may describe them as a sad image. I hate comments, you know, why don't you write happy poems? For a good poem, there needs to be joy and sadness, right? They're bluesy poems in a way. It's not only the musicality, but it's the longing in the poems, the joy and the despair. This is usually how my poems work. We used to play the game, so you can hold your breath the longest, right? So when you go in the water and you're holding your breath, think about that in the poem as if that's the subconscious of the poem, right? And that's all the images of the poem. And then that moment you come up for air and take that deep breath, that's the identity of the poem. So it's usually where the I comes in. Image to identity, identity to image, just back and forth, constantly going on the water and then take that deep breath and like, this is my connection to those images. We were never allowed to say lucky. Who needs a genie when you have God? When the water rises, all the birds disappear. We prepare our homes for the flood the way a preacher prepares a body. Hands at your side or over your chest. Everyone gathered somewhere to pray. No one questions who God will take. Someone is always taken. Remember, cardinals are good luck, but never touch a lone red feather being held by grass blades. My mama used to say, boy, you better make sure they make me look good for the Lord. So this is the final here. Don't be late, right? You don't got that much time. It's good for you, Key. What's up, John? Yeah, come on. You won't get no extra credit, but it'd be good for you. Come on, stay up here. History shows us that society has always turned to poets, you know what I mean, to kind of show us what we already see, but just in a different way, right? This is a hardback. Y'all can pass this around.
Oh, you got a book, my boy?
Yeah, I got a book. It's kind of about what you learn as a child, and kind of when you get older, you gotta decide what to hang on to, right, and kind of what to let go. I don't want a preaching poet, you know what I mean? I like my poets to be flawed, to not know the answer, right? Because it's a journey, we're trying to figure it out. So when you get to the end, like, okay, what have I learned? I've only trusted 4 white people in my life. My mother showed me the ropes early. I'm afraid to untie myself, get down from this bridge. Even the Jesus on the wall of this church, old and swaying, has something up his sun-touched sleeves. Tell me the value of my soul, why he wants it so badly. I can't pray to someone who favors the men that called us niggers from their trucks. I touched every part of Thomas Field until I found the dirt I thought could hold me. What said nothing always grieved. I loved myself before I knew what I was made of. So many different things will ruin the blood. A bottle of gin killed 3 of my uncles, 1 granddaddy. We called it white liquor. Thank you, man. All right, Jody.
Man, thank you.
I wanted to cage and bring home what I made of myself. Look at your proud boy, mama. I wish I only spoke in song. Make a home from these trees, the way birds do.